How do you women keep it out of your face? Chewing on it. Without further ado, Jay Marsden, Board of Selectmen.
Thank you, Bobby. Strap. Strap. Oh, there was something I wanted to. If you think I'm putting that sketchy hat on my head, you're out of your mind. Put olive oil in my hair afterwards. Nice. I do want to commend Bobby on one of his earlier comments. There were a ton of questions this year. A lot of folks came into the Selectmen's meeting, and they were asking about raises, and it just went on and on and on and on. What was a challenge for us is that the Holliston Reporter and their crack investigative team reported all of those as requests for racists. And so we got all these phone calls from people that said, why does everybody want you to give more racists to I said, it's not, it's raises. Why you didn't hear it's raises, raises. So that's extra work. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's really helpful. Everybody really loves what we're already doing. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Kevin and Mark for their tremendous uplifting words here today. Their presence today, I think in many ways, it equals or surpasses the impact that they bring to our meetings on Monday nights. I want to thank them again for their continued cooperation and input, always critical. This was a little awkward, and I'm glad that Carolyn didn't mention it or bring it up, but when she asked me to pose for this bag that she brought, I said to her, I'm happy to do it. This is Lake Winthrop, by the way. That's where that surfboard came from. So we were riding the surf down there, and then she kept saying, let's go to Pleasure Point. And I said, I don't know what that's all about. What do you mean? It's sort of weird. It's awkward, but she's a rep. Want the money. There's another name for that. That's different. Bobby, of course, today, sitting in that chair, looked like he was, like he should have been sitting out of Florida playing canasta. Fantastic outfit. Thank you. And John Cronin, everybody, if you haven't met him, which you probably haven't, because he's on the Board of Assessors, they're supposedly a working board. He's sitting right here. He's a current candidate for your next selectman. Kevin has something to say about that. That's between them. And so this is actually, I wrote a little ditty to build on Carolyn's work. John does feature prominently in the songwriting that went on. I don't know how it ends, because usually how I do these things is I sit down at the house the night before with a bottle of whiskey and just see where it takes me, and then I wake up the next day and I say, let me see what I wrote. So here it is. By the way, poor Ken Shade, his daughter, was here today this morning, and we were walking around looking at those the items that everybody brought to donate, and I said to her, you have one project. I said, see this piece of paper in front of this bottle of whiskey? That's my name, all right? If any other name appears below my name on this list, you are to immediately run and come and get me so I can take care of that. So if you get a chance, I don't know if I'm going to need that, but if I am, let me know. And there's a part for you guys in there, because every year, everybody sits here and says, oh, we're going to go watch all those people make fun of themselves, and then they don't do anything. So you have a role, the chorus is your part, all right? So it goes a little something like this. Let me tell you a story about a man named Cronin. On one tragic, fateful day, he walked into the kitchen in his house on Holly, told his wife and family, I'm running for selectman today. Well, will he get the returns? Oh, will he get the returns? And his fate is still unlearned. Poor old Cronin. He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. Now that's your part. They're all sitting there looking at me like, when's this over? That's your part. And the longer you take say to do really well at it, the longer I stay up here. Let's just get through this with as little pain as possible, all together, all right? 1, 2, 3. Will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? Poor old brother, that's your part. He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. It's not that different from the original song, everybody. It shouldn't be that hard. All right. Well, he's on the Board of Assessors, and you all know what that means. He's the guy that taxes all of your stuff. There's no auto page turner here. But when he comes to the Board of Selectmen looking for raises for his employees, we have to say enough is enough. Will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? One more time. That's the easiest part. Jesus Christ. He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man who might not get the returns. Well, the school committee comes to us looking for a new building, and the debate, it goes around and around. Everyone says that we don't pay attention to the schools and their issues. And I say, look, we just knocked 2 of them down to the ground. Will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. Our water infrastructure needs a lot of work. On that issue, we have tried to be clear. But if you can't drink the water when it comes out of your tap, just do what I do and start drinking more beer. Will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. Somebody mentioned this earlier. Now, all you citizens of Holliston, don't you think it's a scandal how the people have to pay and pay? If we add another cannabis grow facility to our tax base, the Mary J might just save the day. Well, will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man who might get the returns. The Holliston Reporter is our local town paper. Every once in a while they get the facts just right. But tomorrow when you read about this Irish breakfast, it's listed as a bar mitzvah that happened last night. His fate is still unlearned. He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. There was some discussion about picking up barrels of condos and how it would cost the town a ton of cash. After getting yelled at by all those people at all those meetings, those people can go and kiss my trash. Will he get the returns, or will he get the returns, and his fate is still unlearned? He may run forever for the Board of Selectmen. He's the man looking for the returns. That's it. Non-alcohol-filled glasses. Oh, all the money, dear, I have spent. I spent it in good company. And all the harm I ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And so it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not. Gently rise and softly call. Good day, enjoyed being with you all. Cheers.
Well done.